The Dragon Eye. You got the drop on the Dragon Eye? Do you got the drop on the Dragon Eye? Wakey, wakey, my nugget. Yeah. We're just surfing the wave, man. Dragons fighting in the sky. A dragon eye created by nature. Nature, whatever is made or produced, a word, comprehends all the works of Ahchwa. So why not just say that this was made by Ahchwa, right? This was made by the Creator. Whatever is made by nature is made by Ahchwa. Natural by law. Love to the bro. They call it Hakiman Tai, Dragon Eye, Hakiman Tai. You ever wonder what Hakiman Tai means? Hey, me too, man. Me too. Okay, it's a city. A city located in Iwate, Japan. The city had an estimated population, blah, blah, blah. Near the Oho Mountains of the Far East, the Iwate Prefecture. Oh, there's a national park. That typically means a national dragon preserve, man. Free Phineas, man. Hachimantai. The area of present-day Hachimantai was part of ancient Mutsu province. Uh-oh. So this is Mutsu. The area was dominated by the Nanbu clan from the Muromachi period. During the Edo period, Tokugawa shogunate, the area was under Maroko domain. It was divided between the Nanohi district in the north and Lawate district in the south. All right. Well, tell me more about this Mutsu. Old province in Japan. Near Fukushima. Uh-oh. Didn't they drop some bomb, all that, man? Or the volcano, what was it? What popped off on around this Fukushima? A magnitude 9.0 earthquake occurred off the coast of Miyagi Prefecture, Fukushima City, located in Nakadori. Nakadori. We're getting closer. They tried to make a dam. You know how we feel about these damn dams. We're going to talk about the flood of 899 a bit too. A little bit about these dams, man. Let's go. In the aftermath, all this nuclear disaster. Yeah. In the aftermath of the earthquake and the tsunami that followed, the outer housings of 2 of the 6 reactors of the Fukushima nuclear power plant in Okuma exploded, following a partial meltdown and fires of 3 of the other units. Many residents were evacuated to nearby localities due to the development of a large evacuation zone around the plant. Radiation levels near the plant peaked at 400 MSV over 8 millisieverts. All right. Radiation. This resulted in increased recorded radiation levels all across Japan. What really popped off, man? So whenever I think about these disasters, these, earthquakes and tsunamis and volcanic eruptions, there seemed to be a dragon nearby, man. Seemed to be a dragon nearby. Or a comet. It's up to you. Comet. Dragon. Seraph. Fiery ones. Angels. Dragon. Meteor. Shooting meteor. All these shooting meteors, shooting stars. Make a wish upon a star. We're only talking 2 dragons. Lucky dragons, right? Dragons that bring you lucky treasures, right? Meteor shower. Alright, let me stop playing around. Let's go. Hey, hop to the home team. Shalom to the real ones. We back at you. Still digging on this very important piece right here. I just want to keep digging right here at that 536 AD. Love to the Templar. We're just talking chronology. We're just talking really. We'll get it again like it's the first time. We'll get it again like it's the first time. We're doing it live. Let's go. All right. So this Fukushima situation, whatever's going on there, connected to this Mutsu province, also known as Ahchwa or Mishi, like Meshi. Often used to refer to the combined area of Mutsu in the neighborhood Dewa. Oh man, this is crazy. Dewa. All right, let's go. You got the Oshu clan settled in Hirazumi under the leadership of Fujiwara no Kiyohira. Hope to form a city rivaling Kyoto as the center of the culture. We're just digging on it. That Nanbu clan is what they had just mentioned was a Japanese samurai clan. Uh-oh, boss. You know how we feel about these samurais. A lot of bros, a lot of family has done a lot of recon into the samurai, into these so-called Asian cultures, because we know that these Asiatics were really you. And here it says, we're just talking about again the Haki Mantai, all right, or Iwati. Almost sound like Iwata, Iwata, Iwata. Let's go. Got the water. Drop that shit, got the water. Drop the vowels, man. Drop the vowels, man. Let's go. Yeah, man. Amari, 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 Amaru, Amaru. I mean, we're just picking the hijack apart. You know, reflections, duplications. Yourself got the drop. Yeah. Yeah, man. Okay. We're warming up. Present day Haki Mantai was part of the ancient Mutsu province. The area was dominated by the Nanbu clan. So who's rocking right here in this Hawa Mantai? The samurai. The black samurai, that is. The black samurai was a Japanese samurai clan who ruled most of the northeast Honshu in the Tohoku region of Japan for over 700 years. From the Kamakura period through the Meiji Restoration of 1868, the Nanbu claimed descent from the Seiwa Genji of Kai province and were thus related to the Takeda. Hey, I mean, we've been digging a lot on these Mongols, man, and everywhere you look is you, man. I don't even really have to, I don't have to even dig any further to know that they're talking about you when they talk Nanbu, when they talk Kamakura period. When they're talking about these people must be related to the Takeda, descent from the Sawa. I mean, but it's interesting, right? I mean, you want to dig. I can't tell you I don't want to dig. I'm just telling you, I want to, but just right quick, man, just right quick. Nambu clan. Negro, I don't know. Just going crazy. That'd be funny if they just popped up with hella afros, man. Man, that'd be dope. Nambu. Oh, they gonna put some, look at this, man. Put some wine. It's got the hijack picture. I just said Negro and I got all this black stuff, man. Oh, man. Nabu clan, ancient. I was gonna say black Asiatics. I'm just gonna go crazy. Yeah, they trying to get some melanin in these, but these are the Chinese drops. And I want to get specific on the Nabus. They might have no picture on these Nabus, man. I'm just, enjoying the flow. I mean, I'm just going off Google, but I'm sure it's out there. What's that other clan name they just threw out there? Takeda, the Takeda clan. Historically based in the Kai province, President Namashi clan was known for their honorable actions under the rule of Takeda. Whoa, they got a priest king. Okay. Man, I mean, we just surfing the wave. I wasn't even going this direction. I didn't think. Oh, we're back to the 12th century. Come on, man. Come on, man. At the end of the Heian period, the Takeda family controlled the Kai province. Kai. Remember that? Markamaru, you know what I'm saying? Wisdom of the serpents of wisdom drop with the Ka. It's always referring to the Drakan when you talk that Ka, man. Amaru Ka, let's go. Ka. Along with the number of the families, they aided their cousins Minamoto no Yoritomo against the Tara clan in the Genpei War. Reflections, duplications. They were suppressing rebellions in the 1400s, my naga. Oh, you thought this was before you, or my naga? What was you doing in the 1400s? What were you doing in the 1400s? Now, Usuki Zenshu, 1400s, was the Khan chief advisor to the Ashikaga Moshe. Here we go with that Moshe again. Here we go with that Moshe. Come on, man. I can't make this shit up. We just talking about the Shogun. Kamakura. Kara. Attacked by the Shogun. I mean, this is a whole other Preston John season. I mean, drop. It's a whole nother year. This is a whole nother season on Preston John. I see a lot coming out of this Takeda Shingi already. An enemy of the central Ashikaga shogunate. Like the Khanate is the shogunate. And the Kanto, man. The Kubo region, the Kubo governor. Kind of like Cuba. Just switch the C and put an A. Oh, man. All right, man. Wakasa. You see, I mean, it's just pouring out. Reality is just pouring out. What's this Khan Rai? Let's go. Let's click this. Or more rarely, the Khan Royal was in high political posts in feudal Japan, or like medieval, feudal, dark ages. Already, as soon as they put that feudal, that medieval label on it, it's like a block. You start blocking out. We're just talking about the Khan, though, right? We're just talking Khan. Amaru Khan. Amaru Khan. I gotta be talking about you in India Superior Khan. Come on, man. Come on, man. Khan. Copper color races. Khan. All right. Definitely want to dig more on these Nambu. Definitely want to dig more on these Khans. I'm just talking to Dragon Pond, the Hakamantai. Hakamantai. Takeda clan. Nanbu clan. Hakamantai. Hakamantai. Dragon Eye. Khan. Special mysterious dragon eye made of snow and ice only appears when all atmospheric conditions concerning its pond, the air, and the general weather is optimal. This only happens when atmospheric conditions are What's a dragon? What's a dragon? Copper color cons. What's a dragon? Meteor. What's a meteor? Right. A fiery, luminous body, appearance flying or floating in the atmosphere. Atmospheric phenomena. What's a dragon? What's a meteor? Generalized definition of meteor as in any atmospheric phenomena. Atmospheric phenomena. Okay. Special mysterious dragon eye made of snow and ice only appears when all atmospheric conditions, atmospheric phenomena, right? Any atmospheric phenomena. Meteors or dragons can be aqueous, dragons of the water, marine dragons, igneous, fire dragons, aerial, flying. They don't have to be flying. They could be land dragons. They call them dinosaurs. He even called the flying dragons dinosaurs. Luminous, right? Luminous. Just a ball of light. Whatever you say, however you slice it, we're talking star with a tail, bearded with tangled dreadlocks, Raman, Redmon, Ramon, Ramona, Pomegranata, Granata. You're already home. Tangled locks, beard, tail, star with tail, tangled locks, beard, tail, locks. Let's go. Atmospheric phenomena. Optimal. You can get more information on it right here. You know what I mean? Get the doc, get the drop. I mean, hey, surf the wave, man. Yeah, it's like it's two eyes, right? Let's go. So when I say wakey wakey, my noggin, just know that all across the plane in the most optimum atmospheric phenomena. The dracons are rising. The dracons are waking up. There ain't nothing you can do about it. The truth has you surrounded. You swimming in the water. Sink or swim, my nigga. Sink or swim. Wow. I mean, just look at the scope of this thing. Look at the scope of this thing. Look at it, man. Look at it, man. They say it happens naturally, right? Created by nature, my nigga, right? Snow, ice, atmospheric conditions, optimal. Now we're just talking dragon ponds. We're just talking dragons in the sky. We're just talking 536 AD. We could be talking, 1836. You know what I'm saying? We could be talking 1536. Because your history has been dropped off multiple places. We know there's been a 300-year time shift, 1100-year time shift, 1800-year time shift. So we ain't crazy for at least asking the right questions. Does this have anything to do with dragons? Fire, water, ether, earth. Yeah, man. Big pond, the Kagama. Oh, man. Ice keeps melting. Getting too close to the pond is dangerous. Also, the snow at the pond edges may easily collapse, increasing the life-threatening risk of slipping and falling in the icy waters. Stay away from the delimited rope barrier and do not cross it. So maybe this is a shot of it, on other days. Doesn't it look magical? All right. You got the drop. Let's go. Wah, wah. Wah, wah. And different links when you put it in. It says Dragon Eye Pond in Japan wakes up as snow and ice melts. Uh-oh. Wakey, wakey. The dragon is rising. So when we talk the 536 flood, get part one so you got the drop. Get part one so you got the drop. And I'm going to leave this link to this great flood 899 drop that we did, man. Great recon, man. Love to the home team. And these links are very important. We're going to dig on some of these links. So whenever you got the drop, come over here, man. You know, click featured links. You know what I mean? Keep supporting the Ether Squad. You know what I mean? All this goes to all the home team. You know what I mean? The PayPal is how we keep the lights on. So, hi for that. All the dragoons on the wall. Get all the drop, man. Get all the drop, man. Get all the drop, man. All right. The flood of 899. Actually, right before we get into that, man, I just want to give the Ahab to the flood of cometas, man, the comments. Not the comments, but the comments, man. Love the black eyes, man. Israel rise. Great drop, man. Some folks is just, just now getting to that 2016 drop, man. Love to Monty Holman. Bro, you hammer home and confirm everything I was learning. This is a vibration war, but also a seed war. Much love all the way from Chicago, Chi-Town. What is it? Let's go. Tribe up. Much love and peace to you and your family. Oh, wow, wow. Loud, wow. He said, I appreciate you, bro. All your work and time has taught me so much. You're actually all I watch now. All praise the Hawa creator for you and people like you. Much love, fam. And don't just watch me, bro. Watch all the Drop Nations drop, man. You know what I mean? Because we're all syncing up. You know what I'm saying? A lot. Wow. Definitely get the app, my bro. Because you got a lot of, drop coming from the Ether Squad live on the app, man. Let's go. Good looking on the library. Yeah, man. We got a 4-week hiatus / Levi levitation. A little break, man. So we will be working on the library. I'm getting things together for all kinds of stuff, man. So it's all good. It's all good. Love to Black Ice again. Salt Bacon. He says, wow, just wow. The revolution really won't be televised. I guess not if you're observing. Man, hey, hi. Is it Elijah and the chariot of flames? Dragon body, flame body. All right, yeah, man. Hey, man. Dig on Elijah. Dig on them chariots. You know what I mean? This dropped the connection between us. Oh, yeah, love to a currency mode entertainment. All right. Borin Khan says, love this drop, the connection between us and our dragons, while the energy and flow. It's amazing. The water for your dedication to the tribes. Lahwa. Lindell Joseph got some sword drop. Check it out. It's actually pretty dope. Pretty dope sword. Jason Williams, AI. He said, bumping this in the ride. Thank you for the perfect blend of consciousness and flow. Drop Nation is alive and well in Texas. A-Hop to Toe, Texas. We love and appreciate our family in Texas. Real talk, real spill. I mean, remember, man, Cali Street, Texas hard. Wow. Let's keep rising. We tribing up. How can I get on the next one? Hey, man, just holla at me. Holla at us, man. Anybody want to, collab and get on these joints, man. We're going to just start dropping mixes, man, and just drop it for the tribe, you know what I mean? And AI, you know what I'm saying? And it's beautiful to, reflect and communicate on a musical vibration, energy, and frequency with my Shabbat. Chris Markle, man, OG Wave Surfer, man. He's dropping some drop. He said a little extra dig on the Britons, University of Paris, man. Go get the drop. Love to Chris Markle. Man, it's Templar Irvin Reed. Said questions for the for the dismount. This has a lot to do with this drop. You know what I mean? Connecting with this 899 flood. Also connecting with this 1800s and 1500s. Let's go. He says, questions for the dismount. They keep the focus on the fact that this was 536-ish, but the ridiculously precise so-called Greeks said it was 800 something. So why is everyone going by 536? We know that they made I into one. I mean, you got to go get the flamenco recon and the chronological recon, man. You know, it's there for you if you want it. It's there for you. It's out there for you. So they started putting the I like the Isus, right? But that's really year one. But according to the flamenco recon, Anatoly, year one is in 1054 or even 1154, but they're leaning on 1054. Some are saying 1254. It is the, birth of this Mashiach, this messianic birth that got nothing to do with Jesus whatsoever. It's the birth of, a frequency that's carrying this message for the creator. But this is not, this Christ business that we've been taught through Christianity, man. It's just not. This is India superior, man. This is not the home of the Christians, man. So we got to get out the mind of a hijack. So 1800s or something, or 536. All right. Templar said that I is a one for the dates. We got Tecumseh's comet of 1811, right? Y'all remember the Tecumseh drop, right? We just talking the same thing, which is a great reminder. Let me make sure I pull up some Tecumseh drop. Because we're just surfing the wave at the end of the day. So it's the comet of 1811, they call it. Great comet of 1811. Formerly designated C/811F1. You see how they just give it some bullshit title, but we're just talking to Tecumseh's dragon. Remember, his name literally means dragon, or shooting star. Comet visible to the naked eye for about 260 days. A record is held unto the comet Haley Bob, 1997. Another dragon. Another dragon. High power, high speed, supersonic, luminous dragon, right? All right. The Shawnee military leader Tecumseh, whose name was translated as what? Shooting star. I can't make this shit up. Because you're still talking. Thus, the shooting star is linked with the belief that a young girl could determine where her future husband lived by watching the direction taken by such a star. Then they started connecting this with Christmas tide. All right. All this shooting star business was all connected to what? The igneous meteors, or the atmospheric phenomenon, or the nebulous transparent. We're talking tail, beard, and tangled locks. Star with the tail is what we're talking about when we talk shooting star. Star with the tail, bearded, tangled locks. Tecumseh, shooting star, bearded, tangled locks. Meteor, comet, dragon, Tecumseh. All right. So this is in the 1811. Now they also connect this comet with Napoleon, and they call it Napoleon's comet, right? Because in that same time, Napoleon was getting ran out of Russia, right? Napoleon's invasion of the Rus, R-U-S. Andros is the Andrus, right? The Rus or Rush. Lady Andros, Clancyal Andrea, ancient noble house of the Andrus, or Andreas, Clancyal Andreas. Connected with all these, now they say here, what? The Hyksos, of the Hyksos pharaohs of Egypt. The Hyksos pharaohs of Egypt. The Hyksos pharaohs of Egypt, right? Okay. They also connect them with the Iberian Hebrews, whose family named the Andros Island, all right? Iberian Hebrews, right? We're talking Spain, right? So who got exiled out of Spain in 1492? All right, so at the end of the day, you're talking Clan Ross, you're talking Rus, the house of Andreas from the race of St. Andrew, and the kin of the kings of Jerusalem. Jerusalem, the kindred of the kings of Jerusalem makes them the kings of Jerusalem. The seed of David. You're talking Hadrian's Wall, right? So when you start hearing these titles, especially, when you talk Rus, remember the Prince of Rus is the Ross, lived in Kiev, Russia, so when you talk Mongol horde, you're just talking the Rus. And what do they look like? They look like you, man. These are the Rus, the Russians, which are the indigenous Americans. Because Prester John is emperor of the three Indias. And they're holding it down in Asia, connected with the same Mazaka, Mossack, Constantinople, connected with the same Mossack, Mashika, connected with Peru, city of David, back to Kalalus. Got it. The Hohokam, right? The Toltec. So we talked to Kumse's comic Love to the Templar of 811. We're also talking the Shooting Star. We're also talking Napoleon, who was trying to invade Russia, the Rus. I mean, this is rich history, man. From these offspring come King Melisius and Princess Scotia of Egypt. This is where you get the Scottish, but they're Scottish. They're not the Scots. They're not from Scotia. And they called her a Hyksos. Hyksos. A descendant of the Hyksos pharaoh. The Hyksos pharaohs of Egypt. Oh boy. Are we just talking Lady Andrews? Or we just talking Lady Andrew? We just talking Princess Tamar, King Khan, King Kong, King Khan, the Vikings, or the Six Kings? And Russia? We're just talking Jerusalem, and guess what? They look like you. We're just talking the indigenous ones, right? Let's go. Come on, Templar. Right quick, right quick. Because what the Templars getting at, and what I think the Templars absolute on, and I rock 100 on, is that I don't think these are just a bunch of separate cataclysms, man. It seems like it's the same one, the same history dropped off in a few different places like we got before. You know what I mean? So, dodge all hijacks at all costs, man. You got to be a hijack slayer, people. You got to slay them hijacks. Stop seeing this ad because I'm not interested. I should have said the ad's not appropriate. I should have said the ad's not appropriate. Strange story of the Doomsday Dragon. Black Sun Prophecy. Yeah, man, this is all connected, trust me, with the Great American Comet. Oh boy. 1811, a great bright comet, Dragon, appeared in the skies. It was visible to the naked eye for around. Whoa! All right, time out, man. Let's just take a T. Let's take a T. Matter of fact, hold on. It's a cool little flow, man. We already rocking with this, that indigenous flow. Let's bring it all the way back. Let's bring it all the way back. Cause I want to dig on this. You're telling me that this dragon was seen for around 360 days? And then we're reading over here about this 536 dragon, or this comet, or this, volcanic situation. Some say dragons were fighting in the sky. And they said what? It was a blackout, like it was no sun for at least a year and a half, man. Huh? Okay. This is not some little star thing you see for a second. I can't imagine a comet that we think of today lasting for no 260 days with no telescope, visible with the naked eye, man. Naked eye, man. So the question was, and again, I need you to dig deep and go get this drop again. Go get this drop again. Because the question was, and the question is, what the hell was Napoleon running from? They said this fire that was popping off in Russia was so violent, it was burning shit that should not be burnt. Napoleon ran his ass off out of Russia. He ran his ass off fucking with you and your dragons and stuff. He didn't overstand. That's Nagaville, see? These are the vortexes, man. I mean, what does the Kremlin really have to do with you? What does the Kremlin really have to do with you? Have you ever dug on that? Oh, we will be going there. Look out for Preston John Fitty. You know what's beautiful about that Dragon Pond drop? One more time, man. You know what's beautiful about it? Everything, man. But you know what's really, intriguing, man? Man, at the end of the day, you're just talking a fountain, man. And this ain't the only one. I mean, oh, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna get it. Yep, we're gonna get that. They got something called the Five Dragon Pool in China, in the Shandong. It's one of the best known springs among the 72 famous springs in Jinan. 729, back to the nines. The spring pool formed after torrential rains that submerged Queen Shabu's home. Torrential rains, really? We're talking China, right? I mean, we are talking China. China's known for dragons, man. Don't try to torrential rain us. This has everything to do with dragons, or it wouldn't be called the Five Dragon Pool. Not in China, it would not. All right, let's go. So again, what was Napoleon running from, man? This comet could be seen by naked eye for over 260 days straight. That's more than just some space junk, space rock flying through the atmosphere, right? This is what's called an atmospheric phenomenon. The arrival of Tecumseh's comet was followed by the New Madrid earthquakes, man. Volcanoes popping off, right? The biggest earthquakes in American history. Link to the Black Sun, right? How is everything the biggest in history, right? Because we're looking at this 536. They said it popped off right there in Central America. Two big volcanoes. Some say dragons were fighting the sky. All this is linked back to America. Get part one. Get the drop, man. Get the drop, man. I'll make sure I link this as well, so you got it all in one comfy, secluded alcove, man. Get the drop, man. Dragons fighting in the sky. All right. Had a good time linking some things, man. We linked some stuff, man. All right. I'm just saying, though. How many cataclysmic, super atmospheric phenomenon, biggest earthquakes in American history do we have? If this is the biggest, what? Here's how they do it. You know, like they like to do a play on words. Oh, this is volcanic cataclysm. This is a biggest earthquake. This is a flood. My naga, that's all the same thing. The same time the flood's going down, the volcanoes is popping off. The same time that's happening, the earthquake's popping off. And people are seeing shit for how long? 260 days straight, man. With the naked eye, man. 260? They could see this for 260 days. There were over 2,000 earthquakes in the central Midwest. 10,000 earthquakes in Missouri, where the New Madrid is located near the junction of Ohio and the Mississippi. What are we talking to now? We're just talking to now. In the known history of the world, no other earthquake has lasted so long and resulted in so much damage. Tecumseh's comet. Love to the Templar. We just surfing the wave. All right. So what's the 80-something year if you made it 18-something? Something around the Civil War? Don't mind me. Just got questions. We don't need the right answers when we got the right questions, my people. Yeah, the year is 848 to the Greeks, or I. Remember, the I is the Isus. This is what they did. Why? To hide a major 1,000-year time shift. Remember the 3 time shifts? Anatoly for the Manko. Done told you. 333 years, 1,054 years, 1,778 years. Now, those are the 3 major time shifts. There's many in between. So the Greeks say 848. All right, well, let's go there. In Mesopotamia, pull up the link. Let's go. We're on a warpath. A source quoted by Michael the Syrian in 1166. And Bar Hebraeus in the 1200s, records that in the year 848 of the Greeks, and then we say, oh, you're just talking 536 AD. But that assumption that we just made is where the error is made. Because we're assuming shit that is an illusion. There's no such thing as 536 AD. That's a hijacked timeline, Khan. Now, the Greeks were supposed to be more on it. But watch this shit, man. Hold on, man. Cause y'all think this is play. I know I got it up somewhere, but I'm just going to put it in again. Anatoly Fomenko. Chronological times. 333. 54. Let me see how accurate I am. Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. Yeah, man, I'm just surfing the wave with y'all, man. Yeah, this is a nice little link. Definitely dig on it. I'm gonna leave it for you, as we always do. Now, the letter X formerly denoted the name of Christ. Now, the letter X formerly denoted the Tau, right? The mark, the sign. They hijacked the Tau to apply to their Christus, but was later proclaimed to stand for the figure 10. The letter I formerly denoted the name Isus, hijacked city, but was later claimed to be the indiction of 1,000. So when you see a 1 such and such. That's just the I. That's just the Jesus hijack. They've added time. They added over 1,000 years to every native land. Oh boy, which means they added a Christus, a hijack, to every native land. This Isus, I, is only an indication of 1,000 years. Don't they have something in their new test about this 1,000 year period? That the beast will be unleashed for 1,000 years. Oh boy. I can't make this shit up. There are no Hebraic manuscripts of the Bible predating the 9th centuries. So we're reading about, you know what I'm saying, the book of Daniel and all this Babylonian exilarchs. We know we're reading about what they call the Dark Ages. Now, where's these time shifts, man? Because we can go, we can go in bone. I just want to keep it cozy. Here we go. The dates of ancient explosions, what are we talking about, cataclysms, appear to be obtaining from shifting the dates of actual medieval explosions by approximately 333 years. My people, they shifted your time. Okay? This is real. Your time has been shifted. So when you're reading about 26 or 36, just by default, have some fun and add 333 years. Now you're in the territory of this flood situation that they said started popping off around 900, right? 899. I mean, man, you take 536, add 333, hold up, man. Whoa. I can't even, hold up, man. I gotta search for a calculator. Maybe I'm bugging, man. Hold on, man. Wow. So, this is wild, man. Hey, allow. So when we talking to flood 899 with minus 30 years, which means what? Whoa. We just surfing away. That whatever we're talking about is popping off in 536 that they said with these volcanoes or dragons, whatever you want to call it. It started popping off. Now, what is the result of it popping off in 869? All right? Or in 536? 333 years. What's the result of whatever they're saying is popping off in 536, right? Come on. Stay with me. We were just talking about the 536 AD event. We added 333 years to it. Now we're in 869. Did this event have anything to do with the flood of 899? Did this event of dragons fighting in the sky lead to trees falling like Mount Roraima and a great flood popping off in 899? Now, hold up, because what's the Greeks saying? What's them Greeks talking about? What's them Greeks talking about? The Greeks say it's in the year 848. Yep. 21-year difference. $848, $899, Great Flood. Okay. Oh, wow. My Naga, your time has been shifted by approximately 333 years, 1,053 years, 1778. I think I said 1054, but that's what they call year one. It's 1054. I'm sure somewhere in here he breaks that down, digging on this Izu situation. So just for fun, let's keep going with our calculator. In particular, the dates of all explosions allegedly of 900 BC through 390 AD are attained from the dates of explosions in the 10th through 13th century by shifting them 1,053 years backwards, man. Hey, man, what did Templars say? Templar got the drop. Templar up, man. All day, man. We on hiatus now, but man, you can get that Templar every Tuesday, 7 o'clock Pacific. Download the app, 432thedrop.com, and let go. Ether, squid eye, body bag for the illusion. Wow. Okay. So Templar said, yeah, the year 848 to the Greeks, or I-48. Izu's 48, right? 848. But that I is what? 1,000 years. So when you're talking the I 848, you're just talking 1848. And again, you can go back into the calculator and you can just put it in there. 848. Well, first you had the 536. We said there's a time shift of 333 years. We added the 333. We got the 869. Now go back to the 536. 536. And then you add the same time shift of 1053. And now that puts you at the 1589 situation. 1589. So that puts us right around that same Hawata, and there's a whole situation. But we kept saying, well, what is this dragon canoe in this 1800s, or this Tecumseh situation, have to do with this Hiawatha situation in the 1500s? All right, so you dig on Hiawatha or Iawatha. He's supposed to be contemporaneous with Abraham. Or you got the dragon canoe situation. You know what I mean? This is all going down, the same thing with Tecumseh's comet. Tecumseh's comet, dragon canoe, all the way back to what we're digging on here with this 536 situation. So, which now brings us to the Theodoruses and the Sylvanus Texas. So no matter what part we're looking at, we see a priesthood, a priest king. You know what I'm saying? We see Israel. All right. When you see Tecumseh's comet in 1800s, you're still talking the Hebrew. You don't have to go far to connect it. Ty Battle been dropping major drop. I've never done this before, but just for fun. Put in Tecumseh, Israelite. I don't know. Israelite. Yeah. Oh yeah, the Israel Indian tragedy. I think this is the book Ty Battle dropped on us. So we might have this one in the drop library. Might be on the site, but if not, I'm going to look into it. Tecumseh and the Prophet of the West. The Prophet of the West, man. Can't make this up. An historical Israel Indian tragedy. Any questions? And I believe we have a PDF of this, man. But you don't have to go far. I mean, this is, you dig on it. So you're talking Israel, man. Israel where? In America. Where? In India. The Indian in India, right? The Cathay, the Katai. The Mongol, the great ones. The Khan. Okay. All right. Back to our calculator. We're just doing some math drop. It's all good. Let's go back to 536. This time add 1778. Mm-hmm. So imagine this being the year and them shifting, something that's happening right here in 2314, the future. Come on, man. Are we able to see the future? So where do you think the reality, since this hasn't happened yet, can it go back to 536? And again, when we add that 1053 time shift, because remember there's 3, right? $3.33, 1053, 1778. So that puts us in the future. This one puts us right at, 1500s, right? But here's the rump, people. Here's the rump. The Greeks call it 848, not 536. And like the Templar said, he just had a couple questions. They keep trying to focus on the 536, but the ridiculously precise so-called Greeks said it was 800 something, right? 848. So why is everyone going by 536? Who's more precise, these so-called Greeks or these English Gregorian situations? I mean, you choose up. But if we're going off of 848, man, if we're going off of 848, then we add the 1053. $1901. Is there a 1901 coming? Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm done. I'm out of here. Hey, drops out of here, y'all. I'll holler. Can't make this shit up. I can't make this shit up, man. I know what you're saying. Hey, it might be a great comment of every year. It might be a great comment every year. You think so, man? Come on, man. We just came off the calculator. All right, go ahead. Let's go for it. All right, I'm just going to guess a year. Great comment of 1907. Let's see if anything come up. Nope. Takes you back to the Great Comet of 1812. That's the Kumse Comet, right? 1811. 1843. All right, let me try it again. Great Comet of 1915. Back to 1812. There is a comet in 1915, but it's not called the Great Comet. It's not called the Great Comet. I don't think the Great Comet. I don't think so. No. Great Comet. Nope. Back to 1812. I'm just saying, for us to put in 1901 straight off the calculator, man. Where's my calculator? Straight off the calculator, man. All right, don't act like this just happens. Don't play me like that. All right. And one more. Great Comet of 1832. They're gonna take me right back. Oh, there was a Great Comet in 1832. We're bound to hit eventually. You know what I'm saying? But really, it takes you to 1812. All right. Was it really a Great Comet 1832? Let me check it out. See, it's okay, but I'm just a good guesser sometimes, man. Great Comet 1832. I mean, they ain't really giving me no drop on it, though. You know what I mean? I don't think it's that great. But yeah, man, we put in 1901, though. Oh, boy, it's the Great Comet of 1901. And we remember, we just got off the calculator. I mean, one more time, man. You think, we put in 848 because love to the Templar, the ridiculously precise Greeks said it was 800 something. It's precisely Isus 848. But just to bust them out on the timelines, they're not being that precise, because in reality, when we dig on this 1053 time shift, that takes you to 1901. So we have this great comet in 1811, 1812. And when we put this time shift together, 848 plus 1053, we're just getting a little mathy. Remember, we got the 1053 because it's one of the three great time shifts. So when you go into the BCs, that's when you're digging on this 1778 time shift. So I would say to add this 1778 to most of what we're getting in the BCs. All right, like 900 BC, add the 1778, you might get a better, now you're back in the, whatever AD, 600, whatever AD. Now, 1053, though, would be more applicable, to this early ADs. So if you got a 390, it might correlate more with the 1053 time shift. You're going to have to, dodge the hijack and the timelines. You're going to have to see in between timelines. You're going to have to see clearly. You're going to have to see clearly, man, with a dragon eye perspective. Hakemanta, dragon eye. Yeah, man. You're going to have to see clearly, Jack. You're going to have to see clearly, Jack. And when you see clearly, one thing and one thing only going to pop out. That it's all happening. It's all happening. It's all happening. Sometimes known as Comet Viscara. Kara. I just see it right away, man. Kara Kata. Let's go. Became bright in the spring of 1901. Southern Hemisphere. Let's keep going and let's talk about this dragon. Because, let's not even be fooled. We know we're talking star with a tail, bearded with tangled locks, star with a tail. Because dragons are meteors. You're observing Queenstown, South Africa now. Okay. During the dark hours, it was a striking and beautiful object. This dragon was so striking. This dragon was so beautiful, man. Oh, man, we're talking the plasma tail. Okay, all right. Okay. That's crazy right there. Templar, you got the drop, man. Y'all give Templar that high, man. Go subscribe. Hey, man, and keep dropping the drop. Keep dropping the drop, man. This has me thinking if King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table myth is or isn't as mythological as we think. All right. Hey, all right, man. That's what's up, man. Kids call me Mr. Glass. Draka. Hey, man. Now that the draconic portal is open, or opening order shall be established. Yeah, a portal's definitely, waking up. A portal is definitely waking up. I'm trying to tell y'all, it's all happening. A portal is definitely waking up. Wakey, wakey, my naga. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. So let's get into a couple things. Ho gum. All right. This is out of Evolution of Water Supply Through the Millennia by Andreas Angelakis. All right, let's go. $8.99, right? Or $8.48, right? Or $5.36, right? 333-year time shift, right? Ho gum means people that disappear. $8.99, a flood caused decentralization and widespread population movement of the Hohokams from the Saltagilla River Basin to areas where they had to rely upon dry farming. I'm just thinking about these Hohokam. All right, we're going to get in a second. Let's go. Let's do it like this. $8.99, a flood. All right, let's just right quick. We keep saying that this is related to many things. Again, it's all happening. We're talking trees falling, right? We're talking meteors, we're talking comets, we're talking meteor showers, we're talking trees falling, but in reality, however, there have been intense meteor storms, dragon storms that led to legends of dragons fighting in the sky, breathing fireballs, which today they call solar flares. Chinese historical records from 540 describe dragons fought in the pond of Kuho. And I said, what pond? What dragon pond? What pond? What pond, man? It's waking up. It's waking up. What pond? What pond, man? Dragons fought in the pond of Kuho. They went westward. In the places they passed, all trees were broken. This mighty tree stump. Since long before the arrival of the hijack, the mountain has held a special significance for the indigenous people of the region. And it is central to many of their myths and legends. Central to their legends and myths. So when we're digging on a legend or a myth or these cataclysms, these, floods, such as a legendary mythological flood or a flood that's in all stories. The Piedmont and Kapan natives of the Grand Sabana see Mount Roraima as the stump of a mighty tree. A mighty tree stump, huh? You see this cut off tree. This is only a stump that's left. What happened to the rest of this tree? Man. Just look at it, man. Because this right here, man, this is the tree of life. When we talk Roraima, you're talking the source. It is the source of many rivers, Guyana and the Amazon. It's the source of the Amazon River. The water is flowing out of this mighty tree. The source of the Amazon, the Orinoco that Columbus says must be connected to terrestrial paradise. He said this flow, he's never seen a river so, bountiful in the flow. And he says it must be connected with terrestrial paradise, Eden. He said Orinoco must be connected with Eden. And I said, where does Orinoco come from? It comes from this tree stump, a mighty tree. Look at all the roots of the tree. Imagine how high the tree really goes. I mean, it's all happening, man. You got that drive when we're digging on a rhyme. You see it real clear here. You're just talking about a tree stump. You see all the water flowing out, right? The source of the Amazon, the source of the Guyana, the source of the Orinoco flow that Columbus says connects to Eden. This is the source of it. Is this the tree of life? And how did this mighty tree fall? What did the indigenous have to say? This tree, Roraima, they see it as a mighty tree, right? The indigenous people see Roraima as a mighty tree, mighty tree. that once held all the fruits and tuberous vegetables in the world. The world, Craig. The whole world. Top flight of the world, Craig. It held all the fruits and vegetables in the world. Do you doubt it? It's the source of the Amazon. Source of the Orinoco. Source of the Guyana. Mighty tree that held all the fruits and vegetables in the world. Now they're calling it out by name. They said this tree was cut down by Makunaama, a mythical trickster. The tree crashed to the ground, unleashing a terrible flood. Who's the whole god? Distinctive Amaro Khan tribes in the Southwest. Oh yeah, ain't the great American eclipse crossing the Southwest in the year of the dragon, just like it did in 2000? Was it coming up in 2024? It just crossed in 2017. The Pueblo, we're talking the originals. Anasazi, Magalan, Hohokam, the Southwest tribes, right? You're talking Arizona, right? Calelus. You're talking New Mexico, right? Hawaku. Into Colorado, the Grand Canyon. You got Toad, Texas. You got Judah. You got Mexica. Oh, Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, Texas, Utah, Mexico. Home of a variety of Indian groups. I guess so. Because you are in India, superior after all. So when they mention the Hohokam, Managa, this is Cali. This is the Hohokam. Magalan, ancestral Pueblo, right? Arizona. So you're just talking Arizona, Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, into Mexico, right? Ki, Hawa, right? The HUA is the HAWA, 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 Ki, Ka. Sending low. That's beautiful, man. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. Cause we just talking the Hohokam. The mighty tree stump, right? Yeah, man. I mean, it only gets better. Come on, man. Let's keep it. Let's keep it all the way. Yeah, I like this flow right here. This 432 hertz. Indigenous flow. Indigenous flow. The tree crashed to the ground, unleashing a terrible flood. Great flood. The Hohogam depopulation. The Hohogam. We're just talking Arizona, Kalalus, Promised Land, depopulation of the Promised Land. Great flood, terrible flood. When? It doesn't say. So we can put whatever date we want, right? We can go crazy with this because they ain't giving us a date that Makunaima Naama, he said he failed this tree, failed by Makunaima, their mythical trickster. That's their Satan. Remember who you are. Remember, man, dragons fighting in the sky. So there's a dragon war like you got an angel war, possibly, right? Dragons fought in the pond of Kuho. Whether this is the pond of Kuho, whether it's something like it, I just want to give you, a visual of dragon ponds, all right? Dragons fought in the pond of Kuho. As a result, depopulation of the Hohogam, depopulation of the ancestral Pueblos, depopulation of the Mogollon, all is Israel. You're just talking Tecumseh. Because when they say 899, I mean, just put the I or the Zeus hijack on it, and you back up to 1899. Where's my calculator? Because the Greeks said 848 instead of 536 for this, this great American event. Volcanic popping off. The Greeks said 840, or excuse me, was it 846? What the Greeks say again? 878. Let's go back. What did the Greeks say? Oh, there we go. In the year 848 of the Greeks, which is 536 on our Gregorian calendar. So Templar said, why are we going by 536? If it's 848. If it's 848, you put the I on it, or the 1, and it throws you back into 1848, which is still around this 1811 comet or 1901 comet, or either way, you're talking about some other situation. Whether you're off by 30 years or 20 years is, null and void. Who cares when you have a hijacked timeline? We don't trip on 20, 30 years when they've shifted you how many times? 333 years, 1,056, or 1,053 in 1778. Okay, let's go. And that 1800s throws you into this Tecumseh era, right? This Israel Indian tragedy era, right? Because there's an Indian tragedy happening in the 1800s. You might have just got rolled up on, my nigga. They just found you in Cali in the 1700s. I mean, they just found you in Cali, man. They just found you in Cali in the 1700s. So they were just, taking down Israel, man. They were just taking down Jerusalem. They were just taking down Jerusalem while they were still, they were still taking down Jerusalem over there in the so-called Kremlin or the so-called Russia and Moscow, which is just more Moses. 3 Indias, Prester John, Granada, Pomegranada, Aslan. All this is pure land, right? The Red Sea, Red River. It's all happening. (1901). 1912. His name, Tecum Sa, and I believe it was Jackie Anthony that dropped the Hebrew for Sa or Se, which just meant lamb, Lamb, lamb. So this mystic warrior military leader sounds a lot like a priest and a king. Now his brother is the prophet, right? Remember this? Is it Tag Sahatawa, something like that? So his brother's the prophet, and it reminded us a lot of this Moshe Aaron situation. Who's, his brother's the prophet, right? The priest. Let's go. Announced another solar eclipse, just like this great American eclipse. We're talking the Amarocon, dodge the hijack, you know what I'm saying? Connected with this black sun, which only referred to as this complete blackout, right? This eclipse. But his name literally means shooting star, right? Or dragon. Because the brother only just fought for freedom, man. Fought for freedom. The upheaval was so violent it created Reelfoot Lake, 15 miles south of New Madrid. So a whole new lake was created. And drowned the inhabitants of an entire Indian village along the Mississippi. Wow. Tsunami-like event. Wow. Okay. So what's happening with Israel in the 1800s in America? I'll wait. What's up with these dragons popping up? And what's up with Mount Roraima, this mighty tree, this tree that crashed to the ground, right? The mighty tree, they call it a mighty tree that crashed to the ground, unleashing a terrible flood. And we said, but when? And they got the name Roro or Rarai, Roro. In the Piedmont language means blue-green, and Ma means great. Love to Ma chicken. And did a whole movie called, Up, inspired by Paradise Falls, right? Because they're talking dragons, angels, paradise, Eden. Columbus said the Orinoco, must be flowing from the terrestrial paradise. And this is called Paradise Falls. Mighty tree connected to paradise. What does Eden have to do with this tree? What does paradise have to do with this tree? The tree that crashed to the ground. And the terrible flood. Does this have anything to do with Noah's flood? Or Cox? Cox, you know Cox. You gotta recon the indigenous flow. That's how you know when you're digging on the script, you know what I mean, what's really there. Once you know where you're at, it's all, starts to be easy after that. You should be able to feel the vibration of what the reality is. You should not be getting hijacked. At this point, you should not be getting hijacked. You are the water. Ether up. Come on, man. Native, man. Yeah, man. You gotta put native in. Cox, man. We're just talking about a worldwide flood. Or at least the world they know, right? Talking Aztec, right? The Aztecs believe that only Cox and his wife, Chiquitzo, like Quetzalcoatl, survived the flood. They took refuge in the hollow trunk of a cypress. So it wasn't just an ark, it was an hollow trunk of a cypress, which floated on top of the water and finally banked on a mountain in Culhuacan. So just like the key Hawa, you see the HUA, the Hawa is everywhere. It has you surrounded. When you talk Hawa, are you talking Arabic? Are you talking about Arabian hell? Well, I guess if you're defying, if you put a ya at the end of it, it might be talking about defiance against Hawa, which might put you in a form of hell. But there ain't no ya at the end of this Hawa. Khan. Dodge the hijack. You're talking the promised land. Kalelus. So something about this terrible flood popped off. Another terrible flood popped off with the Aztecs, with Cox, who he survived with his wife, took refuge in the hollow trunk of a cypress, floated on top of the water, banked on the Kul Hawa, HUA, Hawa Khan. Alright, they had many children. Let's get our dismount, man. They had many children, but all of them were mute. The Great Spirit, Hawa, took pity on them, sent a dove, which attempted to teach the children how to speak. 15 of them succeeded, and from these the Aztec believed the Toltecs and Aztecs were descended. And we connected these Toltecs again with Israel the Third, Israel the Fourth, all that dropping forbidden histories of America. Now you got the Nahawa God, right? The Hawa, HUA. All right. It's all happening, man. All right, so let's go back. You got the 899 flood. The flood caused decentralization and widespread population movement of the Hohogams. from the Salt Gila River Basin. All right, so now we got migration. All right, we got the Forbidden Histories last time where you see the migration of this Anasazi after 900s. All this water in Utah is going underground. Look out for the next drop. We're going to be talking about underground rivers. We're also going to dig on the Creek War. Man, let's go. Hohokam face obliteration in about 1450. Let's go. You got the Anasazi, right? This is more drop that we got on that last Hohokam, Great Flood, 899 drop. So, go get that drop. At their peak between 900 and 1200 AD, right? That's when the Toltecs were migrating into what we call Mexico today. Tenochtitlan was getting popped off, right? Some of their communities included hundreds of houses and had platform mounds and ball courts. Said, who wanna hoop? Who wanna hoop? We been hooping. Ball courts at their center. Most of the cribs had a ball court in it. All right. So, this is going deeper into the depopulation, man, of the indigenous. And this is the main link that we got. It was the Great Flood of 899. The variability of the Southwest climate becomes more obvious with each additional year. Let's go. That's when we start talking about these dams. And they always give Ahab to AD, man. AD was like, yo, these dams are forming a whole new landscape. When you block them up, it's a whole new landscape. Now you got deserts where there shouldn't be no deserts, you know what I mean? In reality, the water should be flowing, man. This is Mesopotamia, Mesoamerica, right? There was way more water in Utah. Way more water. And that's what we got right here. It says the study demonstrated that the average summer flows have been remarkably stable over this 630-year period. Again, even in the desert, too much rain is as bad as a little, and the resulting 630-year flood of 899 certainly would have devastated the Hohokam irrigation system. And I said, what? This flood lasted 630 years? Well, if we stick at that time period of 800 and you add that 630, it's going into what? 1400s, 1500s. Now, why would they pick the 1400s, 1500s to come invade us? Was there a devastation that occurred with the people that they say disappeared, right? Was there a cataclysm that occurred? When they say, oh, they just wiped us out. Were we already, being humbled by, some cataclysm from Hawaii? Did a plague hit? Was it, induced, by this dragon war? Or, Hawaii might send the dragons on you like he did in Numbers 21, the fiery snakes raining from heaven, right? The dragons from heaven, right? The fiery snakes, fiery serpents. So Hawaii might, discipline you with dragons, and he'll give you the kingdom with the dragons, man. I mean, you gotta eat the rub, you gotta choose up. You gotta keep the code. But what's up with this 630-year flood of 899? 630-year flood? I've never heard of such a thing. I guess that's why we're surfing the wave, man. And again, get the last drop so you can get a lot more connection with this. Prester John, Forbidden Histories of America. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, man. When you talk the year 848. When you talk the dragon showers, the dragon path, trees falling, Mount Roraima, dragons fighting in this pond, right? Dragons fighting in the sky, breathing fireballs. Ahab to fireball Miss D, you already know. And a lot more drop, you start digging on dragons in the pond and, see what you come up with, man. Dragons fighting in the pond. Right? Again, this dragon pool, might have a whole nother set. Might have a whole nother set of talents. Because dragons are the meteor showers. And don't we got some meteor showers popping off this week? That's what Dabu, love the Dabu 7, that's what Dabu said. We're talking atmospheric phenomena. Pillars, balls, stones, fiery pillars, thunderstorms. Think about Ezekiel. Think about the chariots, right? Star with a tail. Bearded with locks. Tangled locks. Dreadlocks. Dracons. Meteors. Shooting meteor. Shooting star. All the way back to the homie, man. The big homie, man. All the way back to the big homie Tech, man. Love to Tecum Sa. We're talking the shooting star. Yeah, the shooting star. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And we're just surfing the wave, The thing about this water that rejuvenates you. The thing about the water that rejuvenates you, my naga. This is where they get that whole baptism from, right? The living water being baptized in the water. And you said, did a black man discover the fountain of youth? Look out for Presser John Fitty. To account for Prester John's age and work around it, Silverberg writes in his 1972 book, The Realm of Prester John. Everybody's writing about it. Everybody's seeking. Now you can join the investigation, or you can do like we do, surf the wave. And the legend of the Fountain of Youth in Ethiopia, which one, right? It's a vague terminology for a vague place, a vast place of dark-skinned Nagas, dark-skinned people. And when you talk dark-skinned people, you're talking that deep ruddy. You're talking copper color races. The originals that were just found here. Yeah, Naga, we're talking about you. The Khan, or the Hohogan. The original. The fountain of youth and the land of the originals. Copper colored Khans. Whoever drinks of its water 3 times without having eaten will have no illness for 30 years. No illness, man, for 30 years. Just by drinking the water. Drop Nation got the water. And when he is drunk of it, he will feel as if he is eating the finest meat and spices. It is full of Hawa's grace. A person who bathes in this fountain, whether he be of 100 or 1,000 years, will regain the age of 32. And when Jesus died at 33, you know what I mean? He got a new life, right? Come on. Baptizing in the water. The water. Know that we were born and blessed in the womb of our mother, the womb 562 years ago. So it's nothing for us to say, oh, okay. So that's happening in the 1100s. Oh, that's happening in the 600s. Oh, well, Prester John's at least 600 based on the fountain, based on the water. And since then, we have bathed in the fountain 6 times. This is a letter written in 1165. Prester John had already bathed 6 times. Not only Prester John, we were born and blessed in the womb of our mother. We, Prester John baptized, John the Baptist baptized in this fountain and turned his entire tribe back to the age of 32 6 times by the year 1165. In other words, Prester John is letting readers know that by the miracle, of the fountain of youth, he was 562 years old and going strong. As a result of this interpolation, building on the fountain of youth, Herodotus had identified in Ethiopia 1,500 years before. Europe's difficulty in making contact with Prester John then was of no moment. Don't even trip that you're having issues making contact with Prester. For he was immortal, one shepherd forever. Who were these Christians looking for? They were looking for a savior. Someone to save them from these cataclysms. Someone to save them from the pestilence. Someone to save them from the Moors. They heard about someone already fighting these Moors. Already fighting the Sultan. Going to war against the Persians. This is Babylonian exilarch. This is Dawei. Immortal. So it's all good, Europe, because Europe's having difficulty making contact. That's crazy. Man, that's crazy because Europe, the European, just made contact with the Khan. These Europeans are now taking the Khan, right? They're still in the Khan because the European is now applied to descendants of European born in America. When originally and truthfully and righteously, the Khan belongs to the copper-colored races found here. The copper-colored tribes they just found here carry the Khan, not Europeans. But we know when we talk Russia, Italy, Spain, Iberians, all this are swarthy, love to Benjamin Franklin. And only the English make up the whites. So who found you here? Other swarthy people. It was a more on more war, right? And now the Khan is going to their descendants. Khan, we're just talking Europe. Europe's difficulty making contact with the Prester. Last time that I checked, Portugal is also in Europe, right? I just want to make sure I'm not tripping. Portugal is also in Europe, right? And this is a monument in Portugal dedicated to all those searching for Prester John. Because Europe was having difficulty making contact with Prester John. Khan, just in case you thought the article was bullshit, they're searching for him for 500 years right here in your face bone. Prester John is 562 years old and going strong. They're still searching. Oops, they stopped searching. Why? Because for the last 500 years, while most of us associate the fountain of perpetual youth with the New World, with America, especially Florida, oh man, that has only been the case for the last 500 years. Much a longer stretch, they were looking everywhere else. But something happened within the last 500 years where they stopped searching. They cut it off. Does this have anything to do with them finding America? Does it have anything to do with them finding Calelus, Hawaku, the Coronado expedition, Cortez, Bernal Diaz, Alvarado? Genghis Khan, Batu Khan, the Vati Khan, hijacking the Maru Khan, the Khan, the copper color Khan. Something happened in the last 500 years where they stopped seeking. Even though they knew that this brother, this black man, right? This black man, this Lebna Dango Dawi, this black man, this Lebna Dango, right? This Negus Dango, right? This Magi, right? This Dawi. How do we go from Prester John to David just like that? Check the timeline. Prester John of the Indies, the Indias. India superior. Was 562 years old and going strong. Europe's difficulty in making contact with Prester John was of no moment, no problem. You know why? Because he's immortal. He don't die. He is forever one shepherd. This one shepherd is forever. This King Dawi, this David is forever. Your water is forever. You are forever. I will bring them out from the peoples and gather them from the countries and bring them into their own land. Meaning, my Naga, you're going to wake up and realize you're in your own land. And I will feed them upon the mountains of Israel by the streams. The mountains are the trees. I will feed them upon the trees, man. The tree of life. David, 562 years and going strong. David is immortal. I will feed them by the streams and all habitable places of the country. I will feed them in a good pasture. We're in Ezekiel 34, verse 14. And upon the high mountains of Israel shall their fold be, and there they shall lie down in good fold, and in fat pasture they shall feed upon the mountains, the trees, right? The mighty tree that once held all the fruits and tuberous vegetables in the world, it was felled, it was cut down, it was felled, it was cut down, and the tree crashed to the ground, unleashing a terrible flood. A 630-year great flood. I will feed them upon the trees of Israel. I will feed my sheep. I will cause them to lie down, says Ahchwa. I will seek that which is lost and will bring back that which was driven away, and will bind up that which was broken and will strengthen that which was sick. And the fat and the strong I will destroy, and I will feed them in justice. As for you, O my flock, thus says Ahchwa, behold, I judge between cattle and cattle, even the rams and the he-goats. Oh yeah. Seems it a small thing unto you to have fed upon the good pasture, but you must tread down with your feet the residue of your pasture, and to have drunk of the settled waters. But you must foul the residue with your feet. You drunk of the water, my Naga? We're just talking David. We're just talking the fountain. Oh, we're just talking the Portuguese. They're seeking 500 years. Yeah, well, he was 562 years old and going strong. Europe's difficulty in making contact with Prester John was of no moment. He was immortal and could wait a while longer to be discovered. They still searching, man. Prester John was in the most exclusive club of personalities who had staying power for centuries, not years or minutes, because he's immortal. Because King David is immortal. And I will set up one shepherd over them, and he shall feed them. He shall feed them. He shall feed them where? They shall feed upon the mountains of Israel. The islands in the sky, they shall feed upon the mountains. They shall feed upon the mountains. These Piedmont indigenous call Mount Roraima the stump of a mighty tree. They should feed upon the mountain, the mighty tree. And I will set up one shepherd over Israel, and he shall feed them. Even my servant David, he shall feed them, and he shall be their shepherd. And I, Ahchwa, will be their power, and my servant David, prince or king or Khan among them. I, Ahchwa, have spoken. This is when you get your new covenant, your New Testament. This is when it begins. When you have a covenant of peace, my Naga. No more evil beasts in the land. You will dwell safely in the wilderness. The tree you will eat. You will rejoice with one shepherd. Even my servant David. Even my servant David. Who, oh who, is Prestigia, the last noble image, the last noble image they've been searching. Are you? All praise our Creator forever. Our ancient head of days, forever and ever. The immortal flow. Allah.